Buju and Dinwe Maganiduk, Miskawawa Teanene, Indigenous Khas, Wabshki Maingan, and Dodame, Naning Nimede, Kinebik Minis and Dunji. Nangum biizhike, Vigi Gituyan, we Mashkode biizhike. Today, all my relatives, I want to talk a little bit about the buffalo, the plains bison. So long ago, our elders tell us that buffalo or plains bison numbered at least 69 million before European settlers came. So these bison covered the Great Plains, the prairies, even the woodlands of North America, what we call Turtle Island. So our people had a special relationship with the bison. And the bison's territory, as I said, extended far beyond what we normally think of as the plains. For instance, there's a point of land that juts out into the narrows of Lake Winnipeg, and it's called Big Bullhead Point. This is because the French explorer La Vérendrye saw a big buffalo skull on that point of land, and so named the piece of land for that. But for our people saw the bison as a gift from the Creator, and so they had many songs and ceremonies for the bison. And our elders said that certain people were given gifts, a gift by the bison, and that person was able to call the bison to come to them. And so a ceremony would be done, a pipe ceremony would be done, and the person with that gift would tell the bison that his people were hungry and that they were in need. And then he would go out on the prairie and sing. And if there was a bison herd nearby, they would push one of their number out of the herd, and then the herd would leave. So this lone bison would wait for the hunters to come. It sacrificed itself so that our people could live. And when a bison was taken, every part of that bison was used in some way. So the hide could be used for making teepee covers, the hide could be used for making clothing, and it could also be used for bedding. Our people also used the hides to make drums and to make rattles. The skulls would be used in ceremonies. Horns were used in ceremonies, and they were also used to make containers, and they were also used to make rattles. Horns were even used as cups to drink from. The meat would be used for food, and all of the meat was used. What couldn't be used immediately was dried or it was smoked. And some was made into pemmican. This was a mix of pounded dried meat, suet, and berries. And this could be kept preserved for a long time. And just to let you know, that word pemmican, it comes from pemi, which is fat or grease, and ukan, which is a bone. So they're talking about using the marrow, which is the fat that's within the bone, to make pemmican. The bones of the animals had many uses also. Mainly they were used in the making of tools. That was the greatest use for those bones. The sinews and tendons from the animal would also be used, and these could be used for thread, for sewing. They could be used to make rope. Also, they would be used to make the bows that they used for hunting spring better. So it gives some strength to the bow. And even the stomach of the bison would be cleaned and used as a cooking vessel to make soup. My grandmother just loved that soup. She called it tripe soup. When people traveled on the prairie, they were often far from a source of wood. So dried buffalo chips could be found on the prairie, and these could be burned for warmth and for cooking. So people used every bit of the buffalo. And long ago, our people knew that the buffalo liked fresh grass, and so they selectively burned areas to create food for the bison. Then some of the bison that came to browse there then became food for our people. So this is a cycle of life, where our people provided food to the bison, and then the bison in turn provided food for our people. So this is what I could tell you about that Mashkode biizhike. Unfortunately, in history, they were hunted almost to the point of extinction. A small number of bison were saved from extinction. Those bison have multiplied over the years, but there's still not as many as there were formerly. And one of the things I can tell you about the bison is that bison meat is much healthier. It's better for you than beef. It has less cholesterol. It has a higher protein content. There's many good things about the bison meat, and it's natural to the environment here in North America, and so it doesn't degrade the environment in any way. So these are some of the things we can tell you about Mashkode biizhike, about the bison or buffalo, and in all ways we should try and remember to honor the buffalo in the best way that we can. Very much.